think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's caused a bit of chat amongst pundits and everybody else that he didn't need because the performance was good and he got the goal.
Sure.
And we'd be talking just about that, wouldn't we?
03717 223344. Alex is a Chelsea fan. I mean, Alex, what do you think? A mountain out of a molehill, all of this?
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Yeah, I mean, I think, first of all, when you score a goal, it must be amazing, especially for your country, you know. And I always like, I've got no time for Man United, but I'm a Chelsea fan, but I don't like seeing people have a go at someone for celebrating like that. It's very emotional. I mean, Roy Keane is calling it a disgrace for celebrating like that. I remember Roy Keane doing something on the pitch which was a lot more disgraceful than putting your hands behind your ears. Regarding these performances and that, I mean, you could look at the manager of Man United as well. So, I mean, they've got the best tools in the country. If you're not using them properly, that's not his fault, is it? You know, the boy's doing the best he can.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? He's just scored a goal for his country. I mean, if I was him, I'd go bananas. I'd be doing the exact same thing. You know what I mean?
I think with the choice of word was wrong, but the Harry Maguire debate, if we're going a bit more wider and more interesting, I think the performance at Leicester when he came back, and I think got rushed back from that injury. He didn't look particularly fit and sharp that day. Before that, he'd been playing okay. And I think there's always reasons for bad performances. Yes, confidence, and you can talk about managers' tactics, who he plays around him, and I accept all that. But in football, you're gonna get times where people are patting you on the back, and sometimes people are hammering you, and you've just got to take it. So, as far as I'm concerned, he shouldn't have done it because it's caused him a problem. But I'm certainly got no. I'd never have a problem with anybody in the TV or radio in the punditry world having a pop at me.
You would just let it go.
Yeah, because it's about his performance, not about the person.
That's right.
Yeah. Alex, thanks for that. Here's John, a big Manchester United fan. John, it's your club. What do you think? I mean, Maguire, should he have done it? Should he not have done it? Or do you really care either way?
I think for me personally, I can see both sides of the problem. I think the main thing is his performance recently hasn't been up to the standard of Manchester United, or the whole team really, but his especially has let down the defence. Now, if he's not 100% fit, he is the captain. You know, there's a sense of maturity there that should go, right, I'm not fit for this, I'm still out of it, I need a bit more time and I'll come back. And, we can excuse it and go, he's not fit. Manchester United, it's his job. There's a higher expectation. The price tag was on his head when he came over. Roy Keane's comments, I agree with him to a degree. I think disgrace is probably a harsh word there, but I get what he's saying though. Like, you can cover your ears and it's, a celebration. It's great when England win. But come back to club, we've just lost against Man City. We've lost against Liverpool. We've lost against Leicester. These are defensive issues. And this calls back to people like Harry Maguire where, we're fans, we're watching, we want to see him perform, we want to see him happy.
Yeah.
But when he comes away from the game and he releases these statements on social media about how he's,
I know.
Oh, listen. Let me make something
eventually
clear. I'm not justifying his performances since the Leicester game. If you're out there playing every week, then you've got to perform. And he hasn't, but he's not the only one.
Yeah.
And as I said before, criticism if you're captain of Manchester United, in fact, captain of any team in the Premier League, and you're not at it, you're going to get criticised.
Sure.
And if Roy Keane chose a little bit of an inappropriate word, so what?
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, Simon, honestly, I've seen a heck of a lot worse.
Yeah.
Goal-scoring celebrations than that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I do think that the response, I would have probably used a different word than disgrace. I would have used like mental midget or puny because you feel you need to make a point. You've been called out for your performances.
Yeah, but you've been poked with a stick to a degree.
But you've been poked with a stick?
You said an ocean liner.
He turns as quick as an ocean liner, absolutely. You look at his performances against Leicester, against Liverpool, against Manchester City, against Atalanta. He's been poor. And he's been afforded a lot of courtesy by Manchester United. He was walked through that situation he had 18 months ago whilst he was away in Greece, giving it the big one apparently. And now we're asking him to perform at a certain level. You're playing for your country. Your job is not to run over to the media and the fans and tell them what you think. or specifically pundits. Your job is to put that shirt on, be proud to play for your country, get a goal and celebrate the goal.
Yeah.
Not to make points
because
you're affected by the fact that people have made observations on you. You can't take the direction of travel being praise and praise only. And when criticism comes, if it's unfair criticism, if people are turning around and saying you're ugly and you're stupid, then by all means push back. But when people are talking about your performance on a football pitch where you're paid 200 grand a week to be an excellent footballer, with due respect, that makes you fair game. Get on with it.
Yeah. I think so. I think so. Did you regret it when you did it? Did you say that earlier?
Only in terms of how silly it looked. I mean, I did it a couple of times when I was getting hammered. Not by my own fans, it was opposing fans at the time.
Right.
And it was a little bit of fun, really. Just giving them a little bit back, but it wasn't the same context as this.
I think it's all it intended. I think Roy was a bit over the top. I mean,
if you're doing it in a game where fans are giving you loads and loads and loads during a game, and you go and score a goal and you give it back to them, there's an element of incitement behind it, but you can understand why it happens. If you are premeditated enough to have read your own press, listened to the pundits, and done your own silly little interviews after the game where you've been robotic in your apologies for poor performances, and then come out in your first England game and use the England stage to make people observe the fact that you clearly have done something good, I think you're a lightweight.
Yeah, well,
the
only thing I would say with that, and I don't know, so we're hypothesising,
surmising.
Yeah, Harry Maguire's mindset as he scored the goal, I'm not sure whether it was premeditated. Sometimes it comes over you. There's a feeling that comes over you when you score a goal sometimes that I can't really explain.
Well, you had that feeling at Wembley when you scored that one and only goal.
I did.
When you wore those red boots or white boots.
It's a bit like when you look in the mirror in the morning, Simon, that type of feeling.
Yeah. Did you send any
I've got to
particular
work
message?
with Murphy this morning, so I put my dungarees on.
Listen, Harry, all is forgiven. Keep scoring, I presume, is what Gareth Southgate is going to tell you.
Jim White and Simon Jordan, Monday to Thursday morning 10 till 1 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.